Alright, what is going on, everyone? Today we're going to be reacting to Joe Rogan's reaction to Gervonta Tank Davis's transformation, man. Now we all know he's going to fight Jake Paul, which Jake Paul is a pretty big guy already compared to Gervonta Davis, right? We all saw the size comparison. Jake Paul is a lot taller, a lot bigger than Gervonta Davis, man. So I guess Tank Davis is just trying to bulk up, get stronger, get bigger. We all know Gervonta Davis is already a pretty strong guy, you know what I mean? He's very dominant when it comes to his game, things like that. So, you know, if Tank Davis bulks up and gets bigger, man, who knows what's going to happen to Jake Paul. But Jake Paul definitely has the height and size advantage in this fight. But I don't know, man. Do y'all think that'll be skill, man? Because Gervonta Tank Davis is a very skilled fighter, you know what I mean? But let's just dive into the video, see what's going on, see Joe Rogan's reaction.
Yeah, Tank is one of the most interesting fighters to watch because he's so different. His style is so different. You know, he's so economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches, and then starts to figure holes out. And the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he very explosive. He's very explosive, and you know, man, he be cracking them dudes. Hey, he be putting them to sleep.
Just cracking people.
Don't dump it on me, though. I'm not paying Well, you get this one, man.
Ain't no jumping out there. When Joe Rogan saw Gervonta Tank Davis's new bulked up physique ahead of the Jake Paul fight, you could almost hear that signature Rogan tone kick in. Half amazed, half scientific breakdown mode.
I'm a giant Gervonta fan. I think that guy's so unusual.
Yeah.
His style's so unusual, and his like patience.
Yes.
Yeah. But he finds these openings and he sees them, but he doesn't go after them right away. He waits for the right time. He's so patient.
Right.
Like, when you watch the early rounds of his fights, he's like at a world champions that are competing today at the highest level. He probably has the lowest punch count in the early rounds.
Yeah.
Because he just wait, but he also knows he's got that nuclear option that if he can crack you, most likely he's going to take you out. He's got massive confidence in that.
On his podcast, Joe didn't waste time sugarcoating it. He looked at Tank's latest training clips and went, "Dude looks like he's been forged in a powerlifting lab." And he's not wrong. Tank's shoulders are popping, traps sitting high like a bull ready to charge, and that frame, way thicker than what we saw before Ryan Garcia. Rogan started dissecting it the way only he can, talking about how the extra mass could change Tank's explosiveness, how his punch velocity and hip torque might actually go up instead of slowing down.
It's interesting, right? Like, you don't know whether someone's ever going to be able to figure that out, or whether or not he's just going to keep cracking people.
Yeah.
You know, so it's part of the fun of watching it. I've talked to a lot of like real boxing purists. It's like, you can't rely on that style.
Right.
He's got to be busier. When he gets to the best guys, it's not going to work out. Like, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see, because there's so many good guys.
But the real juice came when Joe compared Tank to a mini Mike Tyson with modern training science, saying he's built to detonate, not just box. He even threw a playful jab at Jake Paul, saying, "If Jake thinks this version of Tank is coming in for a points win, he's out of his mind. That dude's coming to end it early." You could tell Rogan respects the grind. He loves seeing a fighter evolve, and this version of Gervonta Davis looks like evolution on steroids. Not literally, but in the way a fighter reinvents himself to prove a point. Joe summed it up perfectly. This isn't Tank Davis version 2. This is Tank Davis unleashed.
You know, he got the skills, the power, he got that ring IQ to do good, but we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, he's also wild. He's a wild fella, so he's fun to watch. You know, he's just a crazy dude. You know?
Yeah, coming from Baltimore, man, I think that's just his upbringing as well. You know, product of his own environment.
Yes, for sure. He's just so unique in his approach. Like, you know, he doesn't fight like anybody else.
Alright, so after we saw Joe Rogan nerd out on Tank's new bulk and basically crown him a mini Mike Tyson on steroids, we pivot over to Wade Plemons' breakdown and things get even juicier. You can tell these guys aren't just flexing for the camera, they're building a blueprint. I mean, Calvin Ford is in the corner like a mad scientist with a clipboard, dissecting Jake Paul's every quirk, every "oh, that might hurt me" moment. We're not talking about some casual sparring. This is Tank sharpening the saw, plotting angles, and getting his mind locked into a space where the only outcome is dominance.
Because the least serious you take Jake, and I've said this about everybody that's fought him, the ones that don't take him serious, the ones that say he's a YouTuber and everything else, they end up losing, or they end up looking like, oh, wait a second, this guy was a little better than I thought. They end up either getting taken by surprise or actually sometimes losing because they don't realize that Jake actually takes it serious. So this is good to hear. Just already right off the rip, they were already doing something.
Surprise. So tell me, when did you hear about this?
They've been going back and forth for years, Tank and Jake. They've been going at it for years, and it would have happened sooner, you know what I'm saying? But we have hiccups in life.
And listen, when I say Tank is targeting the body relentlessly, I'm not just talking cardio punishment. I'm talking about carving Jake down like a Thanksgiving turkey, making sure every step forward feels like walking through molasses. Now here's where it gets savage. You look at this footage and you realize Tank's not just bigger, stronger, and faster. He's smarter. Ford's coaching isn't about letting Tank throw wild bombs. It's a chess match. How do I make a 60-pound monster pay for every inch of reach he thinks he owns scenario?
I see a guy that's targeting the body, and it's the best thing that Tank could do for this fight. I mean, trying to go headshot for headshot with Jake Paul when he's probably Jake's 7 inches taller than he is. I'm assuming he's going to have a bit of a reach, even though Tank has a kind of freakish reach for his height. I don't think that's a great idea. And again, you're at eye level with Jake's belly button damn near. So you're going to have to be able to land shots right there on the waistline. And it's probably the best idea if you actually want to knock Jake out in this fight, if you actually want a game plan, because again, it's an exhibition, but if you want a game plan to get him out of there, you have to attack the body.
I can see it now. Tank's volume punches snapping off the body, Jake's hands dropping, and suddenly we're talking late round fatigue and opportunity knocking. You and I both know if Tank lands clean like this, it won't just slow Jake down, it'll flip the script on the whole fight. And the funniest part, everyone's talking exhibition circus, but these clips tell me Tank's treating it like a world title defense. Because when Calvin Ford's in your corner, fear is just another tool to sharpen. Buckle up, because this isn't Tank showing off for Netflix. It's Tank plotting a takeover, and you better believe he's ready to expose every crack in Jake's armor.
It would be ridiculously hard for Tank to actually knock Jake out. That's like 70-pound difference, 60-pound difference. That means something. And Jake's not some guy that's never thrown punches. He's a relative novice when it comes to, skill level that Tank has, but still, he knows how to protect himself. And again, his body structure allows for some mistakes to happen that he wouldn't have to pay for like he would if he was 135 pounds. Point being, I would be impressed, very, if Tank knocked him out cold or dropped him with something, hurt him badly.
And just when we thought Calvin Ford's honesty was wild, here comes Lamont Roach Sr. dropping straight up boardroom heat on Gervonta Davis's business moves. Man didn't even throw punches, he threw contracts. He basically said Tank skipped a rematch and ran to Netflix like, forget honor, I'm chasing algorithms. And honestly, I can't even lie, this Jake Paul fight feels like boxing took a left turn into a YouTube thumbnail. Like, imagine explaining this to an old school fan. Yeah bro, Tank Davis is fighting the guy who used to prank people at Target.
It's not good. It's not good for the sport. A lot of people say, oh, money this and money that, but you gotta do business the right way. You know what I'm saying? You got guys on that other side, especially fighters, that take time out of their life, train, you know what I'm saying, get their coaches and sparring partners, they go different places, travel. They best a lot of times in their career, and it's a lot. So, when they get back, they get news like that, you know what I'm saying, it does not receive well. So, but we solid. We're gonna stand 10 toes down, man, and we're gonna see what's next for us.
But here's where it gets funny. Roach said it straight. You can't just break business and bounce for more money. And I'm sitting there like, bro, tell that to half of Hollywood and every influencer with a boxing license. Still, he's got a point. If Tank really ditched that rematch for Jake Paul, that's like skipping the NBA Finals to go play a celebrity 3v3. Yeah, you'll get the bag, but your legacy's side-eyeing you hard. Now don't get me wrong, Jake Paul can punch, but Tank's built like a pocket nuke with gloves. This ain't content creation, reaction, this is career destruction. And if Jake walks in thinking this is another influencer exhibition, he's gonna learn real quick that Tank doesn't do collabs. He does consequences.
Tank is just so much more better than Jake Paul. And some people feel, well, Jake Paul is this big heavyweight that punches hard, and Tank's gonna find out, you know. I mean, do you feel like this is going to be an actual real fight just underneath the term exhibition? And do you see the fight playing out when someone gets hurt?
I don't even want to talk on that fight, to be honest. I can care less about what it is. It's an exhibition, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. He ducked that work.
Yeah.
He ducked that work.
And right after Lamont Roach Sr. went off on Tank for skipping Business Ethics 101, his son Lamont Roach Jr. came through and torched the situation like a man who's just done being polite. He straight up said what everyone's been whispering. Tank didn't just dodge the rematch, he swerved into the Jake Paul circus like it was Coachella. And the best part, Roach called it exactly what it is, for laughs. Like, bro, imagine training your whole life for a world title just to watch the guy who beat you jump into an influencer brawl where the biggest headline is glove size. You can feel Roach's frustration. This man wanted smoke in the ring, not Tank chasing clicks on Netflix.
I think we're gonna get that rematch fight versus Gervonta after this fight.
Who knows? He said he's retiring. I believe him. I think he's scared. So if he's going to retire, I believe he's going to retire.
You think he'll retire after the exhibition match?
I think so.
Why do you say that?
Because he's scared.
And listen, I get it. The Jake Paul fight's got dollar signs dancing around it like a Vegas slot machine, but legacy doesn't live on TikTok. If Tank's really walking away after Jake, that's like a superhero retiring mid-series because the merch sold out. I mean, Jake Paul's 200 pounds of content creation, and Tank's built like a human missile. That fight's either gonna be the shortest main event ever or the biggest marketing masterclass since Logan boxed a weather app. Either way, this whole thing feels like boxing went from HBO drama to YouTube reality show overnight. But hey, we'll all still watch, because when Tank Davis steps in there with Jake Paul, you know something viral, violent, and very, very expensive is about to go down.
Going on the Jake Paul and Gervonta fight, the weight, the ounces on the gloves, 12 ounce, and then, you know, Calvin was asking to get the 10s. What do you think about that? And people who don't understand that.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about their fight per se. Like, I really don't care. I don't care about their fight.
Here's the wild part, man. This fight feels like a social experiment disguised as a main event. You've got Jake Paul, the internet's golden boy of chaos, stepping into the same ring as Gervonta Davis, a dude who was literally bred in Baltimore's boxing trenches. It's influencer culture versus real fighter mentality, the algorithm versus the art form. And the crazy thing, both sides need each other right now. Jake wants legitimacy, Tank wants legacy outside the usual boxing bubble. It's like two universes colliding just to see who bends first. But here's my hot take. If Tank cracks Jake clean, that's not just a knockout, that's a cultural reset. That's the day boxing reclaims the internet from the influencers. But if Jake somehow survives, even takes Tank deep into the later rounds, oh buddy, we might be looking at the birth of the most hated success story in combat sports history. Either way, this ain't just a fight, it's a battle for who gets to own the spotlight next.
Jake Paul is good enough where people say, oh, he's terrible. Jake Paul is not a world-class fighter. I don't care how a person feel about that. Fighters that started in their formative years, like we did, 8, 9, 10, we got too much time in. Jake will never catch up to that. Nope. He'll never catch up to that. We just got too much time in.
Yep.
And there it is. One's chasing greatness, the other's chasing validation, but both are gambling with everything that makes them who they are. When those gloves touch, it won't just be a fight, it'll be the moment boxing finds out if authenticity still beats algorithm. Cause either Tank's about to remind the internet what real power looks like, or Jake's about to pull off the biggest plot twist since McGregor Mayweather. But what do you think? Is Tank about to drop Jake faster than Wi-Fi in a hotel lobby? Or is Jake really built to survive Baltimore smoke? Drop your thoughts below, debate it, roast it.
But yeah, that is the end of the video. Let me know what y'all thought about this whole situation down in the comment section, man. But I seriously don't see the point of this fight. Me personally, I'm a big boxing fan. Not gonna tune into this fight. It's a joke, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's just a serious joke. Nobody takes Jake Paul seriously anymore. He's definitely ruining boxing. I mean, Gervonta Tank Davis even said, you know, boxing is a joke. It's not what it used to be. Nobody really takes boxing serious anymore. They take other sports seriously. You know what I mean? Boxing has just become a joke. Jake Paul has ruined boxing. Maybe he's just doing another thing just to redirect boxing, if you get what I mean. Like, change the whole boxing game. Feel as if people like YouTubers and things can just go into sports and just do their own thing. I don't know, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. But let me know what y'all think Jake Paul's purpose is of even doing any of this. You know what I mean? Because he had a real fight with Tommy Fury, I'm pretty sure, right? And he lost that fight. He completely lost the fight. That's his first time actually losing to a real boxer. You know what I mean? And the guy wasn't even like top tier like that. I mean, he was a good boxer. I'm not saying he's garbage, but he wasn't even the top of the top, if you understand what I'm saying. And he beat Jake Paul. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, I don't know what Jake Paul is doing anymore. I don't see the point of doing any of this, but I don't know. But do y'all think Gervonta Tank Davis should rematch Roach? Because I know he lost that fight, or arguably, not even lost, he arguably lost that fight. A lot of people are saying that he lost that fight, man. But let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think he actually lost that fight? Because I feel like after he lost that fight, he low-key switched up. You know what I mean? Because now he was still fighting, but I don't know, man. I don't know, but I feel like after he arguably lost that Roach fight, he just completely switched on boxing. Now he's fighting Jake Paul. You know what I mean? Like, is it just me? I don't know, man, but maybe it's a humbling situation. Maybe he definitely got humbled. Maybe it's one of those situations where he was undefeated. He felt like the top boss. And now he finally got humbled. Like, someone put that smoke on him. You know what I mean? He thought that fight was gonna be easy work too. He definitely thought that fight was gonna be easy work. But Roach put that work on him. You know what I mean? So that was definitely a humbling situation for Gervonta Tank Davis. Now he's saying he doesn't even care about boxing as much anymore. He's telling y'all to just call him a regular fighter. He's not even like, I don't even know. He's not even like a top tier fighter anymore, if that's what you want to call it. Like, he's just a regular fighter, regular guy. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to be seen as the face is boxing because he's beatable. You know what I mean? He's beatable. He's not like Floyd Mayweather, even though you know a lot of people want to say that he's the next Floyd, but he's definitely beatable, man. But let me know what y'all thought about this whole situation. If you did enjoy the video, subscribe for more content. Without further ado, peace out.